He's actually thinking a couple of steps ahead, because all too often, inexperienced people who are starting out don't go for that. They don't see that.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Property Elevator. It's time to get those deals done. Manny, welcome to Property Elevator.
Hi Lizzie, nice to meet you.
What about the deal that you've brought today?
Today I've brought with me a development of 18 units, which will consist of 1 and 2 bed apartments and also 3 and 4 bed houses based in Stoke-on-Trent.
And how much investment are you looking for from one of the angels today?
So the cost of the 2 parcels of land which are contained in the SPV is 350,000, but I'd actually be looking for 305,000 and myself I would put in 45,000.
How much potential profit is there from the investment?
So the whole deal will net a profit of 850,000, a gross profit of 1.1 million, and the investor will be looking at getting 500,000 back and a net profit of 200,000, which will give them an ROI of 65%.
Great, well good luck. I'm going to send you in now to the angels and I hope it goes very well. My fingers are crossed. We'll chat when you get out.
Cheers, thank you.
So we're going up to Stoke-on-Trent now with a scheme to build 18 houses, all with planning permission from developer Emmanuel, his name is. Now he's looking for £305,000 with a 60-40 split in our favour. So it sounds very promising.
It does indeed.
Hi Angels, I'm here today to present to you a ground-up development of 18 units. This development will consist of 1 and 2 bed apartments, as well as 3 and 4 bedroom houses. This development is located in Stoke-on-Trent. This project has a GDV of 3.6 million, a build cost of 2.1 million, a gross profit of 1.1 million, and a net profit of circa 850,000. Today, I'll look to purchase the 2 plots of land that sit within an SPV for 350,000. I'll be willing to put in my own money of 45,000. So today I'm requesting 305,000. In terms of profit split, I'll be looking to do a 60-40 profit split, 60% your way, 40% my way. That will give you guys a return of $500,000 and a net profit of 200,000, leaving you with an ROI of 65%. What's amazing about this deal is that there's no Section 106 or SIL payments required or any affordable housing allocation.
So you're looking for £305,000. Where are you at with the site at the moment? Do you own it? Do you not own it? Is there some lending on it? Is it unencumbered? Where are you at with all of that?
So let me give you some background regarding the deal. So originally, one of the 5-star house builders acquired the site and they put an application for 108 units. For one reason or another, they did not build out that development. We've come along.
At all?
They built some of it, but left these 3 parcels of land left.
Okay.
So we've come along and put through a certificate of lawful use. So we didn't vary the sort of planning application in order to sort of proceed quickly. So we've put in that certificate of lawful use, and we've also managed to remediate all the sort of consents needed. So now all outstanding consent has been satisfied, so we don't need to so we can start straight away.
Sorry, what's the certificate of lawful use for?
It's for the outline that they originally had.
Oh, I see.
Because it obviously expired because it's longer than 3 years. So we had to put that in order to sort of use that sort of outline planning to sort of carry on our development.
If from my experience, if there is or planning consent on a site for say 100 or so units, and a start is made, so obviously a load of them have already been built, then the remaining planning is then extant, which means it's valid into perpetuity.
That's exactly, we wanted to be 100% sure.
That's correct.
So that's why we went for the certificate of lawful use to sort of tell the council that we are not varying a planning application at all. We're going of what was actually issued in 2006. We just want to make sure that what we're doing is lawful.
My concern is that if a top 5 house builder decided that they don't want to build these 3 parcels of land out, what is it that you have seen that those guys have missed?
I mean, from my research, that planning consent was granted in 2006. And the only thing I could think of were 2 things. where the market was at in 2006, and potentially it wasn't the right time to build. So they might have just left those 3 parcels of land out.
Interestingly, we see that a lot, where there is part of a site that a major house builder, for whatever reason, doesn't want to build, or if it's a commercial unit that's on there that they don't want to convert. There's often the kind of outfill pieces that they want to sell off because they've got the main site they want to focus on. So we often,
But is there a reason for that? Difficult groundwork?
So I often see, I often see that there are sites where the major house builders don't want to build out the entire site, and so they sell off or don't build out parcels of the site, and so there's great opportunities there.
And the timing could be the issue, right? 2006, financial crisis, 2007, not much got built in 2008.
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense.
Can you tell us a little bit about you? What's your background and what you're going to bring to the table?
Yeah, so
other than your 40-odd K.
So my background is I've got a sort of portfolio of buy-to-lets and HMOs, 6 to be precise, in the Northwest. I also currently am employed by a 5-star builder in the land and planning department.
Interesting background.
Going back to my question earlier, which you didn't answer, which was who owns the site at the moment, and what debt, if any, is outstanding on it?
So to be specific, I've got this site secured that needs to complete at the end of this month. It's on one-to-one negotiation with a developer who currently owns the site, and the problem is they don't have the funds to build out the 3 parcels of land. So in this actual development, there's 3 parcels. There's 1, 2, and 3. One right now is being built as we speak, and they've actually sold some of the plots off plan. Number 2 has just had a site clearance done, and number 3 has had the foundations laid. The good thing about number 3 having the foundation laid is that I've now know that the reason why the other house builder didn't develop is not to do with any problems within the ground. And as you can expect, that's when most of the problem comes, when you see something within the ground.
Effectively, what we're looking at here is a site where somebody, a developer, has already started. They've run out of money. They need to raise cash quickly, and you're stepping in to effectively take control and take ownership, and you're looking for a partner to build it out with you.
Yes, and to add to that, the actual owners are abroad. So the pack I've given you guys, there's actually a costing for a project manager. So the project manager is the one that's actually selling the site, and he's also the one that's built out Pound Lock 1. But these 2 other sites are owned by investors overseas who want to get out because, like I've said, they've been in it for about 2 years now and they haven't seen any money, because obviously they had to get the certificate of lawful use signed off and all these sort of pre-commencement conditions signed off, which took a couple of 1 or 2 years. So they've had enough at the point, but the project manager has convinced them that you're at the final stage, this is the worst time to sell, you've done all the hard work. And he reached out to myself because he knows it's the type of thing I'm interested. And obviously it is quite short notice, so I'm finding it quite hard to raise the finance. So that's why I've come here today, and it needs to be completed before the end of the month before it's going on the market.
Are you struggling to find your next commercial to residential conversion project? Well, over the next 2 years, virtually every UK bank branch will close. Banks are fabulous buildings in prime locations, and thanks to permitted development rights, they're really easy to convert to alternative uses under a light touch planning regime. My team have put together a list of over 500 UK bank branches which are poised for imminent closure. And for a limited period only, you can download this list absolutely free. Your next commercial property project is on this list, so download it now and enjoy the rest of the video.
So just talk to us about that then, in terms of your comparable evidence, the actual area itself and your target audience.
I know the Northwest area quite well, to be fair. Stoke-on-Trent, we've priced the houses at roughly £200 a square foot, which I think is reasonable for Stoke-on-Trent. It's close to the university, it's close to the train station. You can get to Euston within an hour and a half. It's a good commute. Like you said, it's got lovely views of the canal. And we're asking around 200 to 250,000 for 3 and 4 bed houses, which I think is reasonable.
Are there comparables though at those prices in this?
Yes. There's comparables in the area.
Where have you got those comparables from?
So yeah, I've used online tech tools to look at comparables to see what the current house prices are achieving in the area.
And what's the flow of sales in that area? How long to sell? Are they going for asking price? Is there a percentage drop?
As I mentioned, the current area of Stoke-on-Trent is quite stable in terms of the market. I mean, your average house price, second-hand market, you're looking around 200,000. we've added a 10%, 20% premium on top because we know it's going to be a brand new house. Like I said, not even just the first-time buyers, we've got sort of investors who will look to buy it as it's very close to Staffordshire University. It's a great commute, it's in a great location, and it's priced very well. So
I'm not sure adding 20% to a property in Stoke-on-Trent just because it's a new build is a valid.
I mean, we have been contingent of what we think we can achieve.
So the existing owners that you're not connected with,
Correct.
if I got that right?
Yeah, correct.
They've got finance on the site, development finance. The QSs are all happy, but they're not building it out even though everyone's happy and they've got the finance.
Yeah.
Is that a concern?
It's not a concern because I've evaluated every reason why they've wanted to pull out, and the only constraint I could see is the time constraint.
What's your build cost per square foot?
£120 a square foot.
I mean, your build cost at £120 a square foot seems incredibly light for a new build
It is.
next to a canal. You know, I think you need to be over £200 a square foot there.
I think that's why he doesn't want to build out. I
Yeah.
mean, if you look at the cost of construction now, when they originally purchased the plot, to what we're able to do now in today's market, it's considerably more.
But you mentioned QSs have been through this.
Yes,
How
yeah.
recently have they been through the build cost figures?
That was about 6 to 12 months ago as well. But there's also, like I mentioned, there's another site close by that's being built out right now, and it's the same contractors that are going to be going on board for the other two sites, and they've already agreed to the JCT contract on that first site, and we've worked out to be circa £120 a square foot, and they're saying they can deliver it on the other two sites. So it's not like I'm going to market, this is the price they're going to do it for, and they've already started construction on one site.
I think the difficulty that's been highlighted with these locations, and the reason the councils are so keen on development, no seal, all the rest, easy to get planning, is that lack of gap between the build cost and the sale price. It's going to be closer to £200 a square foot to build.
What slightly worries me is how confident you are of that build cost, and you're not really listening to 5-8 experienced angels telling you that is wildly underestimated.
I got you.
Why is that?
It's because the contractors are on site already, developing very close by, and they've agreed to do the same build on the same development, literally walking distance for the same price.
Would you be prepared to consider offers subject to signing a JCT fixed price contract?
Of
to that
course,
effect?
yeah.
Okay, well, that makes it more interesting, doesn't it?
This one is not for me. I find a massive discomfort in areas where the end values per square foot are relatively low, because it gives you a relatively little margin for error. But you mentioned your hometown is London. If you get anything closer to the M25, I like your style, and please email me first with anything you have in the future.
Definitely will do.
I like you. I think your background, who you are, you present yourself very well. I don't think that there's enough in this. I think you'd struggle to profit. And even with, your confidence in terms of your build costs, I think when you're adding contingencies and things like that, things can go wrong. I just don't think there's enough meat on the bone for it to be for me, but I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
If you are promising me a JCT contract to that level, I'd quite like to get in with those builders, see if they'll come a bit further south, do some of my deals. This could be a build to rent area because of the risk in the capital values increasing. I think it's a low value area. I haven't seen much capital growth in Stoke for many years. It's one of the worst performing areas in the country, quite frankly. But I've done well with build to rent models in there. In fact, on this show, a couple of series ago, we turned a set of apartments into a set of small HMOs. We turned that around, flipped it back into auction, and made about 100 grand for the vendor. Came on doing the pictures yourself. So I sort of see a little opportunity here, having got that exact experience in Stoke, possibly turning all of these into HMOs when they're done. I like the fact that all of the builders are on site and that the whole team's there. My biggest concern is why aren't they building it? I think we all share that concern. That feels like a massive red flag. So subject to us not uncovering that massive red flag, I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to make you an offer for any equity top up we need after development finance and any finance we can gain on the site. I would want to maximise the investment, but I'm afraid I'm going to offer you a deal which would be 85% in our favour on the SPV. You would own 15% of it.
I like you, I like your hunger, I like your desire, I like your ambition, I like the fact that you've already got some HMOs and buy-to-lets in the Northwest. I like the fact that you are based yourself in the Northwest. You're working in the industry already. You've got contacts with the site. You've got contacts with the people that are going to build the site out for you. The fact that you've got an angel doing the equity, I would be prepared to do the debt with that angel providing the equity.
I'd be up for that. I'd be up for working with you, Scott. So much so, I'm going to retract my first offer of me alone and actually would rather work with you. So that will be the only offer we're putting forward today. So over to you, Emmanuel.
Amazing. Thank you all guys for your time. Thank you for the 2 amazing offers. Based on the experience you have and this being my first development, I think it'll be a great opportunity to work with you both. So I'm going to accept the offer.
Thank you.
I think you made a good choice.
Fantastic. Really looking forward to working with you, sir. Good man.
Great.
Look forward to working with you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Now, I think Emmanuel has made a cracking choice, and I think he has been, he's actually thinking a couple of steps ahead, because all too often, inexperienced people who are starting out don't go for that. They don't see that. Like you offered him basically an 85-15 split. They don't see the benefit, and they don't value the benefit of having the experienced angel on board. But he saw that, so I think he'll go far, and he's thinking big already.
And I think we've covered both bases, haven't we? With the lending side, he might have struggled to get the lending being so inexperienced on such a big site. He absolutely would have. So he does need an investment partner.
And being honest with you, had you not have been involved, I would not have backed Emmanuel,
exactly. You would have struggled with
despite
that.
his ambition, hunger, experience in terms of working in the sector. For me, what makes this work is partnering with you as well as him.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, like if that does work, that's invaluable experience for him, right? You know, big development, his first development, he'll go on to do more.
Obviously, I'm just greedy because I don't see the profit margin you're looking to achieve. I don't think it's achievable. I think this will end up falling at the wayside, and you guys will be going your separate ways.
The question is, though, is this deal by the water or underwater? Let's see what John has to say.
Now, I like Stoke-on-Trent, but let's be honest. The prices in Stoke-on-Trent, the values of property are very low. It's almost impossible to make deals work in Stoke-on-Trent if you're building from new. It really is very difficult. What Nicholas and Scott are thinking about, I do not know here, because there's no way these properties can be built for what Emmanuel thought. I'm sorry, Emmanuel, but I think I'm right and I think you're wrong. And as for those two getting together, let's see how it works.
Manny, huge congratulations to you.
Thank you. That was amazing.
How are you feeling?
I feel great. I mean, relieved. Got exactly what I wanted. Instead of 1 angel, I've now actually got 2, which is great.
Well, we wish you all the best here and thank you so much for coming on Property Elevator.
Thank you for having me.
The Baker Street Property Meet is the UK's largest and #1 property investors networking event. The property market is going through monumental change right now, and at Baker Street Property Meet we aim to keep you up to date with the latest tips and tricks and insider tactics to help you keep on top of your property investing game and succeed in these troubled economic times. The Baker Street Property Meet is fundamentally about networking, because it's not what you know, it's who you know. And at Baker Street, we aim to connect you with the people to make your property journey a monumental success. There's no better place to be to further your property investment journey than the Baker Street Property Meet. So make sure you're here, you're connecting with myself and Andrew Roberts, our expert guest speakers, and 300 passionate property people each and every month. See you at the next meet. Get your spot at bakerstreetpropertymeet.com.